Give you guys a home update. I am home this time while Nacy goes to Charleston. I was gonna say Charlotte again every time. She's going to Charleston, South Carolina for work. So I am home right now and I am doing some work here. A fun update on our apartment. The air has been having problems. So back in May, the air stopped working. The apartment complex sent out their maintenance guy. He did a quick little Freon update. And then we basically left for 3 months, pretty much right after that. We came back about 2 weeks ago, I would say, give or take. At this point, the thermostat was notifying me that I needed to change the air filter. So I did all of that. And then a few days after that, I would say about 4 days after that, maybe 5 days after that, the system stopped cooling the house. Yay! Which isn't that bad of a deal, but that was Sunday when we noticed it. I started feeling it a little warmer, but it's kind of like one of those things where, especially with the apartment complex, do you really want to deal with them? So we pushed it off a little bit and waited till Sunday, and it really couldn't do it anymore. So we called the apartment complex. They did come out Sunday afternoon, looked at it, it was frozen over, and he claimed that it would take too long to unfreeze. He said it would take all night for the unit to unfreeze, which, if you know anything about air conditioner, isn't true. But we waited about an hour, went outside, took a picture, and it was defrosted. But we didn't turn it on because we wanted to hopefully fix whatever this issue is. Now we get to Monday. Monday, the maintenance guy shows up, says the Freon level's okay, the pressures are okay, everything should be good. He said that we bought too expensive of an air filter, and it's causing the system to cool and freeze over. I was like, all right, that doesn't make any sense, but whatever you say, boss. So I was like, okay, and he stayed out there for at least 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure he put Freon in the system again, but he claimed he didn't. Then fast forward to the next day. So that was about 10 o'clock in the morning. I went to sleep because I hadn't slept the night before because I had to take, Nacy had to get to the airport and we had to do a bunch of stuff the day before, so I was really busy. Get up, start to edit, and would you know, the air conditioner froze over again. So I call them up and they're like, oh, the first time we can get somebody there is Wednesday between 8 and noon is the soonest we can get our actual air conditioning person out here. And I was like, this is ridiculous. It's been days since this happened. But yeah, that's the best they could do. So they did set up an in-home air filter, or air conditioner rather. So that cooled one of the rooms. So I picked obviously my work room because I have to do work. So the bedroom is still blazing hot. But anyways, that's kind of part of the story, but it's not really that important. So today, the maintenance guy finally gets here. And he does the exact same thing, or I'm sorry, the air conditioner guy gets here. He does the exact same thing the maintenance guy did. And you know what the maintenance guy did? He just opened the unit outside, the compressor, looked at it, said he added some Freon, said everything's okay with the system and we're good to go. I'm like, so you didn't find any leaks? Oh, no leaks that I could see. I'm like, okay, that's it. So you're doing the exact same thing the maintenance guy did. Oh yeah, but it's fixed this time. It's fixed this time. So that's when I decided I would vlog it. Let's see what turns out with this adventure, since you got a little bit of the backstory, and I'll show you some of the pics of some of the stuff that they've done and left here. If you ever wonder why people don't want to rent, stay tuned. Here is the in-room air conditioner. As you can see, it's really small. I turned it off now because it was actually on when the AC guy was here. Sorry about that. When the AC guy was here, and he claimed that the house was cooler, and I'm like, yeah, it's cooler because there's an air conditioner in the room right there. But whatever, because this is the room. And then this is where he was standing when he was saying that it was really cool in the house, or well, cooler in the house than it was outside. Now you got to realize it's 98 degrees outside right now, and in the house when he was doing it, it was 77. That was about an hour ago, so it has cooled to 75, which maybe you guys can see. It's a little difficult to see with the screen. It's cooled to 75, but before the best it could get it to was 70, and that was struggling being on all the time. So we'll see. So funny thing, this was in there for a while. The maintenance guy just left it there, so I wasn't sure what to do with it, but he just kept leaving that in there. You can see some condensation, but it doesn't look like it's freezing over yet. Hopefully it does not. So honestly, I'm hoping that this is all fixed and the problem goes away, but I'm not optimistic. The air is blowing out a little warm. I do have a instant read thermometer, but the 9-volt batteries are dead on it. I've had it for a few years. And so when I took it out, the battery was dead. So I can't check what the temperature is, but it is muggy in the house, which is very unusual for Las Vegas because there's no humidity here. So that typically happens when the air is not working right. It definitely gets a little bit muggy because it can't keep up. And we'll see. I'm not optimistic, but I'm hopeful. And I hope that the problem's fixed. Another update, Nacia called the property manager who thinks he's the landlord. He literally calls himself the landlord, but he's only a property manager, to see what was going on. He said he would be over right away. That was over an hour ago, and he has not showed up. So I'm guessing he knows it's not going to work either. But why come over? I think the most disappointing part about this is that the air conditioner guy clearly knows there's a leak. He admitted it, but they're not going to pay him to look for one, so he's not going to do it. So on one hand, I understand. He's not getting paid for it. What can I expect? On the other hand, we're paying $2,000 something a month for this rental, and one bedroom is useful if I turn the air on, and that's not even that great. For anybody who's never used a room air conditioner, it doesn't do anything about the humidity that it creates. And this one smells like wet dog / like musty. And I love dogs, but I don't have one, so I don't really want to smell wet dog when I'm working for 14 to 18 hours. Oh man, and it is getting warm in here. I don't think the air's working. We'll see. Here's a question for you. So I had to clean out this closet because the AC is up there, right? Now, I'm not sure if it's fixed or not. Hopefully it is. Do I put everything back in the closet? Because this is where I store all of the quilts that my mom made me. And there's a lot of them. Or do I wait a few hours to do it? I don't know. Let me know in those comments below. I'd love to see kind of your take on what would you do in this situation. Do you just go back to normal, pretend it's fixed? Or do you just assume that whatever happened before is the same thing that he did and it's probably not going to make much of a difference? Let me know. Stay tuned to see what I do. This is something. That's all I can say about it. So I just got a call. It's been probably about an hour since I did my last update about the closet. I chose not to put the stuff back in. Good decision on my part, and I'll tell you why. The property manager, who again thinks he's the landlord, because that's what he calls himself, even though he's just a property manager, called me up and said that they have scheduled a second opinion for our house, but they can't get out here till Friday between 12 and 2. So it'll be Friday, probably about 3 o'clock when he'll show up for a second opinion. And I'm like, okay, yeah, if that's what you want to do, what am I supposed to say here? I'm like, that's not good enough, obviously. It's going to freeze over. In my opinion, it's probably going to freeze over tonight. I'm hoping it's not, but it's probably going to freeze over if their maintenance guy is remotely competent, because he already did everything the AC guy just did, right? So he said they would also have to get into the attic, unlike the first guy. So apparently they must not have paid the first guy to go into the attic, and now they're going to pay this guy to go into the attic. This is unreal. And if you wonder in the United States why people don't want to rent and want to own their own homes, this is one of the reasons. You're talking about, oh, it's going to cost you a little money. Right now, I've spent 4 days dealing with this, right? I'm trying to get work done. The only room in the house that's cool is my office, because I had to choose which room I would pick. And obviously, I chose the office instead of where I sleep because I need to get work done. I work from home. So my room has been in the 90s plus every night. It's not a comfortable sleeping condition. I haven't been sleeping well. Plus the stress of dealing with this. Plus having to get up early because he's supposed to be here at like 8 o'clock and then they don't show till like noon. It's just, that's renting right now. But I will check in a few hours. We'll go check out that coil and see if it's frozen yet or if it's still going well. Please go well. And I'll update you with what's going on. This is what my bedroom is going to look like for the next 3 days. Yeah, because today's Wednesday, Thursday, and you know he's not going to show up till late Friday. So this is what we're dealing with. I love my mother. These are all the quilts she made me over the years. All of them are amazing. But I'm thinking maybe because we're not planning on extending this lease, even though that's not till April, maybe I just start packing. I don't know. Thinking it through with you guys. What should I do? Do you think I should just start packing? Maybe? I don't know. And then, any tips for packing quilts? We typically put them in those like plastic bags that you vacuum seal. They tend to work okay, but my mom would probably kill me if she ever saw me doing that because it doesn't let the like moisture in the cloth get out, and then that could cause your fabrics to like decay and stuff. So I'm not sure, but again, it would only be in those for maybe a year. So I don't know, that doesn't seem very long to me. The years go by pretty quick anymore, but I don't know, I'm just thinking. Let me know in the comments, you got any suggestions on packing quilts? Because I want to take care of them, I want to treat them right, but I also don't really know how to address it. So update on the air conditioner system. He was supposed to be here, I'm sorry, it's Friday, and nothing happened yesterday, obviously. The air did work though, so yay. Hopefully that's the end of that problem. Fun thing, the tech was supposed to be here between 11 and 2. I got a call at 2:15 by the property manager who thinks he's the landlord to tell me that they are running late and he hopes to get here soon. So we will see. So after waiting afternoon for this guy, they haven't showed yet. I'm hoping they show soon. I just want this over. At this point, we're definitely leaning to not renewal. So it's just, we want to make sure it works for the next 6 weeks. And as long as we can get past 6 weeks and get into like the cool months of Vegas, we're good. So I'll keep you updated on what's happening. All right, 2 updates for my day. First one is, the AC guy showed up. It was about 3 o'clock. Now it's almost 4. So he was a little late. No problem though, nice guy. He did go up into the attic, took a look at everything, and said, there's a leak. Ooh, it's blurry. There we go. And he said there's a leak. So I'll tell you what happened. As I said, the guy said there is a leak. Awesome. As predicted. So he's topping it up with coolant now, and then he has to come back tomorrow, Saturday, to put in, basically it's a gas that he'll be able to see with a UV flashlight. So he puts in the gas, and then they have to wait 48 hours, so he'll be back on Monday to check and see where the leak is, and then they go from there. So there was actually a leak. It is leaking. It was low again today. So all that stuff where they acted like we didn't know what we were talking about, we were right. But luckily enough, he's refilling it again. So we probably would have had a problem this weekend again. It's what it looked like without that. What do you say? Other than I am just absolutely frustrated. I need to get work done. I'm constantly having to do this. And oh, best too. So our apartment complex doesn't work on Saturdays. I've never lived at an apartment complex where they didn't have staff at it on a Saturday. Apparently that's a post-COVID new thing. Awesome. So we pay more money and they're here less. But I now have to deal with meeting with the AC guy, getting in touch with him tomorrow, making sure he comes back. Because when he comes back tomorrow, he's putting the gas in, right? So he's going to have to get back up in the attic. So I can't put any of the stuff away still. Awesome. This is awesome. Why the guy didn't bring the UV stuff today and couldn't just do it today, I don't know. So that's something I can't answer. But at least we're moving forward into something. And I just hope that it ends soon because I'm really tired of this. I really want to get back to like doing my work and stuff. And I'm constantly stopped. Like today I tried to go back upstairs. They went outside after he went into the attic. And it was probably 15 to 20 minutes. I went out there. I'm like, is anybody even still here? And there was no one there. His tools were still attached, so I knew he was here. And I was like, okay, no big deal. Like, I'm going to go upstairs and work. And as soon as I go upstairs to work, not five minutes, it was probably like 2 minutes later, they knock on the door and I have to go downstairs. I am so absolutely tired of renting, yo. And I know there's tons of people out there. So if you're out there and you're tired of renting too, say something in the comments, say hello. I love support. Also, a nice thumbs up. And let me tell you what happened this morning. I worked late last night. I worked till probably about 4 in the morning. Because we're so behind on editing, I expected to be done with editing by now. And I'm not. So I'm working through our Disney videos right now. Just finished our Phoenix videos. Trying to get through those. And I love editing and stuff. The problem is that I'm up all night trying to catch up with because of the ear thing. So I'm sleeping. I went to sleep about 5 o'clock. Got woken up at 8 with a phone call. And I'm like, hello? And they're like, hi, is this the emergency contact for Nacia? And I was like, yeah, what happened with, I was like, what the H happened? Is she okay? And their response was, oh, she has a doctor's appointment scheduled for 2 weeks from now, and she needs to get her bloods done or something like that, some kind of test. They went through what tests she needed to do. I'm not a medical professional, so I couldn't repeat them to you if I wanted to, but they told me what the tests were. She needs to get this test, this test, this test, this test, this test done, and she needs to get it scheduled by X date. If she doesn't get it done, we're going to cancel her appointment. And I'm like, you called me an emergency contact for somebody because they haven't done tests prior to your appointment that is weeks away. And just so you know, she already does actually have an appointment scheduled, so I don't really get that. But I just hung up the phone. I can't sleep because of the stupid air conditioning issue. And then you have these people who call you and for no reason whatsoever. Like, why are you calling me? I can't control that. She's not even in the same state I am. I'm just, they say kind of like bad luck just kind of multiplies. Kind of bad luck. But hopefully I will have air conditioning throughout the weekend. Seeing that they did find a leak. So I'm hoping that the air conditioner continues at least throughout the weekend so that I don't have to deal with hot stuff. If I do, I am going to be calling. Because I am already behind on what I was supposed to be getting done this week because I've spent so many hours on this that I just need to get to it. So I'm going to get back to editing. As you can see, I'm at my desk. I actually just have a listen through for this one. This one's pretty much done. I just have to listen to it, make sure it sounds good, and make sure everything looks straight in the video, make sure all the overlays and everything are done correctly, make sure there's not little hidden pieces that I missed during my editing process. And then this one's done, and then I have to make a ton of thumbnails, and I got to start uploading the first half so that I can really sort of dive into that Disney stuff and get all of them done. So I will come and get you tomorrow and let you know how that goes when the AC guy comes back. Another update. It is 8 a.m. on Saturday. I just got up. Now I gotta wait till he gets here. Anytime between 8 and 3. So hopefully he shows up early. I got some stuff to do, but I'm gonna get down to editing and do some work there, so I'll be here. Let's see what time he gets here. Spent the morning editing some things. Got some stuff done. Now I'm getting ready to upload. So that's what I've been doing. It's a little bit after 11. The AC guy did show up at about 11 o'clock. It took him less than 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes to do this. This is ridiculous. He showed up, literally said hello, took his ladder upstairs. Not 2 minutes later, he was bringing the ladder back down. He said he put whatever kind of gas in there that he had to put in there. He didn't even take up a canister or anything, so it was super tiny, whatever he took up there. Came back down, said he'd done it, just said to leave the air on for another about 20 minutes at the cool temperature so that it could circulate through the system. And then he's like, then you can put it at whatever temperature you want. I'm done. He told me then, well, we're going to be back Monday, sometime after 3 o'clock is what he told me. Great, as usual. I'm like, so it's you that's going to come back. Oh, no, it could be anybody at my company. Okay, cool. So I'm like, what company do you work for? And he looks at me, he's like, oh, there's a policy with the apartment complex. I can't tell you what company I work for. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, yeah, I can't tell you what company I work for. So on Monday, some random person could show up at my house, be like, I need to do your air conditioning. And I'm just supposed to let them in. I don't know what company you work for. I don't know anything about you guys. Other than after 3 o'clock, some random person's supposed to show up and I have to let them in my house to do this. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So you can't just tell me what company you work for. Nope. Company policy with the apartment complex. He cannot tell me what company he works for. I was like, so the shirt that you're wearing with the AC company on it, I'm guessing that's the company you work for. Oh, well, I guess since you figured it out, yes, this is the company I work for. I'm like, okay, thanks. I can't tell you as a renter, it's just everything has to be so shady. Everything has to be a fight. It is absolutely ridiculous that I literally couldn't get any piece of information out of this guy. I hate renting. I hate renting. So I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon doing some uploads, hopefully get that done, and then see where it goes. I have Sunday free, so this is my first day in a week that I've been free and able to do things. So I have to get some errands done. I'm hoping to get like a haircut maybe tomorrow and try to get some things done quickly, because then again Monday I have to be home, because he said it could be after 3, but it could be before then too. So it could be literally any time on Monday. Yay for renting. So I'm going to catch up with you guys on Monday, and I'll let you know what happened. Update on the AC issue. The guy was supposed to come after 3 today. They showed up at 2, which is awesome because I was here, got it done with. It took the guy about an hour going up into the attic. He checked up by the return unit. He did some other things. He said everything was good. He left. The apartment manager called. The property manager, who thinks and calls himself a landlord, called. Said that the UV fluid or whatever they put in there also had some kind of stopper in there too, and it must have worked because he didn't see any of the UV fluid leaking. So what they're gonna do is leave it like it is. Hopefully it works and stays fixed, and that's it. Kind of glad. I just hope it lasts these last few weeks before it heats up. I should say before it cools down in Vegas, because it's really hot now. It's still in the 100+ degrees, but in another few weeks we should be in like cooler territory, and we turn off our air anyways at that point. So I'm hoping that this fix will make it that long, and then we're going to be pretty much done with the apartment, because we're going to be leaving at the end of this lease, and we should be out here before summertime when it really heats up in Vegas. If you want to hear more about this, check it out on our Awkward Chats podcast. You can find it anywhere you can find podcasts, from Spotify to Apple to Google, wherever. If you like this kind of video, please hit the thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week. And we'll come and get you all for the next one. Ain't that the truth, Baby Ruth? Bye, everybody.